You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Greetings, salutations, and at this current time, fuck StreamYard because um, it did not want me to go live. So, but you cannot keep a good podcast down. So, for those of you who don't know, this is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, we drink some watered down sodas or adult beverages, knowing my co host. Um, discuss all of our favorite movies and why we love them, and obviously, as you can tell, her has her watered down soda with her.
Rose all day, baby. Actually, I just started like 45 minutes ago.
Well, that's because you had a hair appointment this morning that you can't have the rose while you're getting your hair
Ever.
did.
Well, that's actually not true. A lot of times I do have wine while I'm getting my hair done, but not today.
That's what she said.
Okay.
So,
Man, my new glasses make my nose look huge. I had to go
they
have them
do.
redone, so I haven't had them in like a month, and I picked them up today. So I was like, let me wear them. I don't really need them for this, but I'll wear them. But because they're so big, look how big my nose looks.
It does look fucking wow.
Let's see.
Your nose just shrunk like 4 inches.
It
And
looks
now
like I
you.
have one of those Halloween nose mask things
Uh
on.
huh.
All I need is the mustache. All right, these are coming off.
Oh God, no! You
I
don't need
may
a
I may never wear those again now. Damn it.
mustache.
Anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
motherfucker, those are Tiffany's too. All right.
Ooh. So, um, in case you couldn't tell from the witty banter, we are joined on this amazing episode of An Evening at the Movies by everybody's favorite co-host. Say hello, favorite co-host.
Hello, favorite co-host. It's Amanda, your favorite co-host. Or something funnier than that. I don't know. I'm here. What's
The
up?
woman who is single-handedly responsible for bringing this month's amazing theme to the forefront for us.
Yes.
So, hats off to her, and thank you for that. For those of you who don't know, we are smack dab in the mid. Well, not the middle. We're still in the beginning stages of the year of the theme, but this is our third theme that we've done so far, and all of which have done really well. So
Yeah.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're gonna keep doing it. So if you haven't been with
Um,
us, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say something really quick and get it out of the way because I have a feeling this is going to be a problem. I'm going to try not to do this on camera, but if you see me scratching at my chest or my shoulders or whatever, um, I have like the sunburn to end all sunburns. We broke in the pool on Sunday and I got a little too excited and forgot how long I was out there. Um, and yeah, I've got a really bad sunburn and I'm at the itchy stage. So it didn't hurt anymore, but I'm at the itchy stage. And I just, yeah, my boobs are itching like a motherfucker. So I apologize in advance, was all I was trying to say. If people are like, why is she playing with her tits? It's because they itch.
Well, I mean, generally, if somebody wants to fondle themselves on um, a video session, I'm not going to complain, but it's my plobster, so we're gonna keep
So
that
yeah.
to a minimum.
You can't, I mean, they're below the line, but just in case you see me like this, like
Mhm.
looking like a monkey, I'm out here, whoa. Actually, my armpits don't itch, but anyway, yeah, I gotta.
That's rather ironic considering the movie that we're discussing this week.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so continue. I apologize. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's already becoming a problem. Okay. It's the first time I've worn a bra in 4 days.
And there is a lot to uncover with this movie,
You're welcome.
so we're going to be here for 3 or 4 hours.
No.
Not
Oh, I gotta watch the
literally.
pit. I don't know about you, but I gotta watch the pit tonight. I can't wait.
Um,
The code hula hoop has
yes,
got me thrown.
I will be doing that probably as soon as opening day is over, because it has been a big week for those of us here in the state of Washington. For those of you who know, it is opening day today for everybody's favorite baseball team, the Seattle Mariners. Woo! Griffey. Um,
Not to mention March Madness is on. Texas and Purdue are playing right now, and I need Purdue to win some shit because I did not pick Texas to even win their last game. Or actually, maybe I did. I don't know, but Georgia's ahead of me, and I gotta. Yes, that's right. Horns down. So
um, that's probably about the only
it is
time that you'll ever see me do that live on an evening at the movies.
whatever. Texas.
Because generally I do it the other way, just because I know it pisses off
It's
somebody.
just
Um,
rude. I would never treat
also,
my friends like that.
well, let's throw this one up against the wall and see how it sticks too, as well. Um, for those of us in the great state of Washington, happy day after the day that we found out a certain professional sports league is taking the initial baby steps to welcoming back a former. I'll leave all the rest of the description words out that I could add into that, because I know it will incite somebody, and we're not going down that road again. But um, the initial steps have been taken for, hopefully within the next couple of years, the Seattle Supersonics to come back to the NBA.
I mean, I'm happy for you guys, but I'm not happy about how this is going to hurt the Thunder because if we stay going strong like we are, we're going to get hit hard with that. But whatever, we'll see what happens. There's still time.
I personally am at the point now where I'm not playing the blame game anymore. It is what it is. Things
Yeah, it's not a
happened,
blame
and
thing. It's just, the way it
well, no,
works.
I've also seen a whole lot of social media the last couple of weeks, and everybody there's a lot of people that are completely shit talking a certain um, deep south professional basketball team, and it's like, you know what? Whether we want to accept it or not, Clay Bennett didn't. We may think he wasn't necessarily above board with the way he handled things, but he didn't do anything wrong. He bought a team.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't fully supported by the people that need to be supported by, so he up and moved them to a city where it was fully supported. So that put
Yeah,
us in
but
the
that's not,
situation we're in now.
well, yeah. I mean, that's partly having a shitty arena and not having fans show up as much as they should have been. And it was easy for the city to sell out or who the owners. So it's always the rich people's fault, but Clay Bennett knew what he was doing. His mama didn't raise no dummy because here we are.
No,
So
I mean, I don't necessarily put it on the city as much. The way sports teams go, if your ownership is not willing to put a quality product on the floor, and especially at the prices that it costs to go to live professional sports events now,
yeah.
people aren't going to freaking go.
Well, but also I think that goes back to, and again, I don't know all the ins and outs, but it's about the fans showing up, but yeah, you're right, they need the quality product, but at the same time, the city's got to make a good place for them to play, which means they got to pass tax increases, which I'm guessing people probably didn't vote for because they didn't think it was worth the money. So it's like a vicious cycle. Like if the
It's
product's not
yeah,
good, the people don't want to go and they don't want to spend their tax money on a product that's not good. But really, the product could be better, but the packaging has to be inviting. So anyway, we're getting
and
off on a
I
tangent, but
will still
congrats.
die on the bridge, or I will still die on the hill that um, not only did everybody want to redo Key Arena, but we literally were smack dab in the middle of paying for T-Mobile Park, where the Mariners play. which was brand new at the time. We were brand or smack dab in the middle of paying for Lumen Field, where the Seahawks play.
Oh, fair, fair.
So there was an awful
That's
lot
fair.
of brand new stadiums going around the state of Washington, and that's a lot of freaking millions of dollars to be
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, we'll
expecting
see
to
what
pay out at one point.
happens. But I don't really think Vegas
That's
needs a
it.
basketball team, but whatever.
Hey,
They have a
I
football
don't care
team,
as
so
long as the 1-2 hours away from me comes back.
yeah. So anyway,
So
let's get to our movie. Sorry about all that.
yes,
Hopefully
yes,
some of you cared.
soapboxes. But like I said, we are smack dab in the middle of the year of the theme. So 12 months this year, 12 different themes, and the way things are going so far. Well, obviously, we're not getting any live views this week, but um, uh,
Fuck you, StreamYard.
fuck it, I know. And on top of it,
Fuck you and your motherfucking mama.
it's probably going to mean that new episode day is actually going to happen tonight now instead of first thing in the morning.
That's okay.
So, with all of that said, though, we've talked about some Razzie Award nominees. We've talked about slept on 80s movies. This month, we're going to continue to talk about Women's History Month and movies that were female led. We've talked about some
Yeah.
bad moms. Uh, for the life of me, I do not remember what we talked about last episode. Although I could probably just
Legally
turn back.
Blonde.
It was Legally Blonde. Oh my
Yeah.
God, how did I forget my Reese?
It's okay.
So yeah, Legally Blonde, Bad Moms. This week, it's kind of a sort of a twofer. As long as we can make the schedule work, you're going to get today's episode, and then hopefully Sunday you will get Hidden Figures, because that's another movie that we put on the schedule that I do not want to just let go away, because
No, definitely not.
that's
Maybe.
definitely a worthy movie to discuss. So, but Hidden Figures on Sunday, as long as it works. And today, though, we're going to go backwards a little bit, because a few months ago we talked about part one of this movie. So it's a perfect time. It released on streaming last week, so none of you have an excuse for not going and seeing it now if you haven't already seen it.
That's
But
right.
We're going to talk about Wicked for Good, otherwise known as.
Everything changed for good. Okay, sorry.
So yes, it puts me up to for those of you who don't know, Wicked for Good. Wicked. I was almost going to say Wicked for Two. Um, Wicked for
That was
Good
funny.
released on November 21st, 2025. It was directed by John M. Chu.
Chew. Yeah.
Was released by Universal Pictures. Had a $150 million budget, which we will be discussing at some point later in the episode. The fact that that $150 million was very well spent on the things that it was probably spent on. I would like to actually see if you would like to wager a guess as to what you think the box office for this movie was.
So
I
the
knew it
budget
was
was
big.
150.
Well, I would just go. Yeah, the budget was
Okay.
150. I knew it was big. I didn't know this was the number.
Okay. I'm gonna say 400 million. We're talking worldwide, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Not even close.
Under?
You were under.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Okay. Nice.
$536.2 million.
I'm sort of close, but okay.
So,
Yeah, good for them.
I mean, my wallet would say it's close, but for those of that, yeah, it is what it is. But it is. If you have not, shame on you if you have not seen it. It is available to stream as of last Friday on the cock, and
The peacock, not Casey's cock, in case you were confused.
no, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is what that if you're watching this and haven't seen the movie, please, 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 please pause the episode and go
Yes.
watch this movie because there's some stuff that's going to get discussed in this that I really honestly feel like the listeners and viewers would appreciate watching it and experiencing it more in the
Oh yeah.
traditional sense than having us spoil it for you.
I had a few OMG moments watching this. So yeah.
Um, we're going to be discussing one of those because, as I very convincingly told Brandy this morning, I guarantee you, when Amanda finishes this movie, I will know that she finished it, and she proved me right.
Definitely.
So, yes, push the pause, go upload your Peacock, and go spend 2 hours and watch the movie, and then come back and finish the episode and tell us that we were right. So,
Definitely.
uh, really quick before we get to the Rotten Tomatoes game, though, just because it's all out there, I put a section for adaptation in there.
Yeah.
Wicked, both movies were adapted from a novel that was released in 1995, written by Gregory Maguire, entitled Wicked: The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West. There also is three follow-ups to Wicked: Son of a Witch, A Lion Among Men, and Out of Oz.
Okay, I didn't know there were follow-up books. Interesting. Actually looking at my copy of Wicked right now.
Um, I knew there were, but now that I've seen both movies, I'm really intrigued to know where those three books go story wise,
Yeah.
because you I've gotten to that point now, and knowing the titles of the next books, it's
Right.
like, mm,
Wait, what's happening?
well, okay, and we'll put a pin in the follow up discussion because I have some thoughts about one of the particular titles. But I want to get to the Rotten Tomatoes so both of us can lose our shit here in just about a second.
Okay.
But I have two scores.
Okay.
Um, guess your popcorn meter score first, and then
Okay.
guess your tomato meter second.
So I know that this movie wasn't as well received as the first one, and I will get to it, but I really don't understand why. But popcorn meter, the first one was in the 90s, I feel like. I should have looked that up, but I didn't want to accidentally spoil it. I'm gonna
Um,
say
I did look it up, and part one was 2% less than what this one got on the popcorn meter.
oh, well, if I'm right. All
So
right,
that
I'm
kind of
gonna
that sort of skews your guess now.
yeah.
I know.
If I'm right, which I don't know that I am, but I feel like I remember it being in the 90s. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to be a little slutty then. I'm going to say 86% for the popcorn meter.
92.
Oh, okay. All right. So I would have guessed lower had you not told me that. So just because a lot of the stuff I've seen online, again, people saying they didn't like it as much as the first one, so maybe I misinterpreted that. But I also I remember Kendra just said, "Oh, it was okay," and I was like, what? Did we watch the same movie?" Okay, so
Yeah, I would
tomato
like to have
meter.
a discussion with Kendra now about the reasons why
Well,
it was okay.
I messaged her, and when we get to our review portion, I'll tell you what she said.
Okay.
Um, for the not popcorn, tomato meter, I'm gonna go 73.
No.
Okay.
66%
Oh, that's some shit.
on
Again, this is where I
350.
need to go read them and be like, why?
Yeah, I thought about it, but I got busy at work today and didn't get a chance to go back and read the reasons why. But um, we here in the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network have a saying. Amanda, what is that
Mhm.
saying?
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes.
Right in the ass with a prickly cactus and no fucking lube. This movie is not a 66% movie. I
No.
have seen movies that are 66% worthy. This movie is not 66% worthy. This movie
This
is I
this first one just says I'm not going to the full review, but tagline just clumsy, oddly anticlimactic, what? And a solid half hour longer than it needs to be.
um
I disagree with all of that. It was only 2 hours and 15 minutes. And most of
okay
that was really important to the storytelling. There's one
for
scene I feel like they could have cut out, but other than that, what?
it wasn't a long drawn out scene if it's the one I'm thinking you're thinking of.
Probably. And anticlimactic? Are you fucking kidding me? We got like 3 twists in like the last 40 minutes of the movie. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh no, I timed it out exactly because twist one, I looked down at the timestamp at the bottom. 32 minutes of the movie, there was
Yeah.
3 twists at the end. So yeah,
Okay.
anticlimactic. You
Yeah.
can go suck a fat one.
Yeah.
I I could understand you as critics not wanting to go to the same point that the audience went to with their love of it, because obviously
Yeah.
critics and viewer and movie fans watch the movies for different reasons. I get that, it is what it is, but this movie critically, I could make an argument for at least being a solid 85.
Yeah. Clumsy. I don't even know what. Okay, well, let's get into it. But before we do, let me real quick go through some of the awards and the plot. Unfortunately, and I can't understand why, this movie was nominated for 0 Academy Awards. Um, I think, I think honestly, Ariana deserved a nom for this. On top of that, Frankenstein won the costume design award, and this wasn't even nominated. The costumes in this movie are fucking phenomenal. I mean, just like the first one. If you saw the first one, it's more of the
Um,
same, but it's amazing.
the costumes in Frankenstein are not horrible either.
Yeah, but
I don't think they're on the same level as Wicked. No,
no,
that's
and
part of where I feel like the $150 million that they spent for this movie was well spent.
oh yeah, so much of it
But
is costume design.
yeah, Ariana Grande and I Will Die on This Hill as well. Uh, Cynthia, pronounce her last name
Arrivo,
for me.
Arrivo.
Yeah. Um, I know the competition was fierce for Best Actress this year, but
Yeah,
I personally, in my heart of hearts, feel like she deserved to be at least be nominated.
I agree. Okay, but it did get some other awards nominations. There's several, but I'll just kind of go through the bigger ones. The Saturn Awards, which, if you don't remember, is the Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films Awards. It did win for 2026 Best Fantasy Film. Cynthia was nominated for Best Actress. Ariana was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, which I don't really think she's a supporting actress in this movie, but whatever. Jeff Goldblum was nominated for supporting actor, and it was nominated for a bunch of other stuff: music, costume, makeup, production design, etc. It only won the movie. BAFTA awards.
You
It was
say Jeff
nominated.
Goldblum, and I have so many thoughts run through my head right now.
He's a fucking national treasure. Okay. BAFTA
As a
awards
person,
nominated.
yes.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Shh. Nominated for Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hair, Critics' Choice, Best Ensemble Casting, Best Picture, Costume Design, Production Design, and Ariana got nominated. There's a few other ones, but mainly the only big one was the Golden Globes. Best Actress, Cynthia Erivo. These are nominations. They didn't win any of these. Cynthia and Ariana both got nominated for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress. Best Original Song for The Girl in the Bubble. And then Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, which is a newer award, and Best Original Song for No Place Like Home, which I really loved that song. So
I
those are
love
kind
the
of the big
music
ones.
in both fucking movies.
Oh, same. And then real quick, if you don't know, Wicked for Good is the second part of the film adaptation of the Broadway musical and the book, focusing on Elphaba's life as the misunderstood Wicked Witch 5 years after part one, which I did not pick up on that. And I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or what, but anyway. She operates from hiding to expose the wizard's totalitarian regime, while Glinda, established as the public face of goodness, navigates her engagement to Fiyero and the arrival of Dorothy. So there you go.
So, before we get into the discussion, I need to let people know that we may be broaching a number one rule on an evening at the movies with this movie. Um, there's a lot of, so don't come at us with all the hatred, but
Oh, I
in
want
my
this.
opinion,
Come at me, bro.
thank God
Tell
we're
me to
not
watch
live.
my mouth. See what fucking happens. Okay, sorry. I'm still
Well, I
salty.
mean,
Go
it's
ahead.
not like we have comments popping up on the screen right now.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Um, I definitely made, especially between both movies, watching them back to back, like I did, well, virtually back to back. But it felt like I could draw a lot of similarities between the world of Oz and our current political climate in this world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jeff
Morrible
Goldblum.
is the horrible orange man.
Well, Goldblum ain't a whole hell of a lot better either.
Okay, I agree, but let's call it what it is. He's Morrible's puppet. He wants all the power and he wants to be wonderful and great and all that, but she's the one pulling the strings for the most part. Because he's not magic. Like we know this. He doesn't have any power. He has to use hers, and she makes the magic happen. I don't know why she is like second fiddle to this mediocre man in his green suit who can't do shit. Like, why isn't she running the show? But
Yeah, I
whatever.
mean, I get it because jumping literally right to the final moments of the movie, but the fate of the two characters one was allowed to get on a hot air balloon and leave and never return,
Mm-hmm.
and one was taken by the flying monkeys way up into the sky, and I'm assuming probably dropped from many thousands of feet up in the air.
It is always the woman at the hand of the powerful man that takes the fall. Like, with all this stuff with Pam Bondi, it was like, I don't know if and again, not trying to get into politics, but just as an example, um, when the whole thing happened with Nixon, Nixon didn't go to prison, but his attorney general did. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, I don't, that was one thing about this story that bothers me because she has so much power. Why is she letting this dude? But it is what it is. But yeah, he's a tricky little fucker.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's so charismatic that it's like easy to forget. Even Elphaba gets sucked in for a minute. And especially because obviously Glinda is helping that. And okay, so question.
Answer.
Do you think I have an opinion about this, but I'll ask yours first. Do you think Glinda knows and just doesn't care about what the wizard is doing because it benefits her? Or do you think she's really so naive that she just doesn't know? Like, she just kind of believes it and goes with the status quo and whatever.
Okay, say that one more time, really quick.
Oh,
I
sorry.
only caught part of it.
Do you think Glinda knows, like really understands and knows what the wizard is doing and what he's all about? Or do you think she's just kind of, and she doesn't care? Or do you think she's naive and doesn't really understand or, absorb what Elphaba is telling her?
Okay, I don't think Glinda is as dumb as we're led to believe throughout the 5 hours of the story.
Oh, she's
Um,
clearly not. I mean, she shows some very good savvy in this movie, more than the first
yeah,
one.
but at the same time, yes, she does do and say some very stupidly asinine things. Um,
Well, I guess what I'm asking is, do you think she knows the wizard's a liar and just doesn't care? Or do you think she really does believe him and is too naive to notice what's actually happening? Because for me, it's the latter. I don't think she
I,
wants to believe
I would
everything
think
Alphaba is saying.
I I'm I honestly feel like I'm in the same boat as you are with that. Um, yeah, I no, I, it's clearly not that she doesn't care
Right, because
because
she's still trying
because
to save Alphaba.
yeah, I mean until the chick fight, but
Slap fight. I loved it. But that's not true because she even saves her then or tries
yeah,
to. Like, it's hard for me to reconcile. And again, what you said, kind of mirroring what's going on in our real life, it's hard to reconcile a person that you love that truly loves you back and wants what's best for you, but still can't see the evil that's going on right in front of their faces. Like, that was one of the things that really stood out to me about both movies because she loves Elphaba. Like, there's no doubt in her mind that she loves her because she saves or tries to cover for her, wants to help her, is devastated when the stuff happens to her. So, but at the same time, it's like, why are you so dumb that you can't see what's happening right in front of your face? Like, when what's his name?
the
Fiero says, you want all this adoration and stuff. And she's like, so what if I do? That doesn't make her a bad person. I don't know.
no, I mean clearly people enjoy and appreciate being showered with adoration.
Right.
I mean, I don't know anybody in the world that would, ew, no, don't adore me. Tell me I'm a piece of
Right.
shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's very much two sides to that whole character, especially probably more so in this movie than the first one,
Yeah, for sure.
because she's really walking that fine line between um, being in line with the Morble and sleazy ass Jeff Goldblum,
Hmm.
and staying true to her love for Elphaba,
Right.
even when Elphaba and Italian sports car guy get naked in the woods and get it on.
Yeah, that was the whole scene I could have done without. Like I thought the song was cute, but like I feel like we didn't need I feel like that was unnecessary. Not because I'm like, oh, it's gross and people shouldn't show sex or whatever. I just felt like it made
They didn't really show. It
well,
was,
no, I know. But it's not
but
about it being a sex scene, is what I'm trying to say. I guess it just didn't feel it felt like
so
wasted screen time to me, but that's just me.
considering the fact that okay, so I do have a question about that in particular, and it kind of sort of plays off of uh, my desire to talk about a certain title to a sequel to one of the books that come after this, being
Oh,
Son of a Witch.
yeah, is it their son or Glinda's son?
Inquiring minds want to know because if you watch all the way through the movie, you have that. Okay, warning,
Spoilers.
people.
Spoilers.
We're at the spoiler point where shit's about to get real. So hit pause and come back. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Um, we get to that Elphaba and Fiero running off to be together, and yet Glinda reunites with them at the end, and she whispers something in both of their ears.
Mhm.
The hell did she whisper in their ears? I need to know.
Well, I'm just happy to know that they're still alive. I mean,
Well,
but
yeah, because
because I thought
that's
she
one of my
melted. I thought her ass melted.
that was one of my absolute favorite parts of this whole story is the fact it takes something that we've known for decades, being the Wizard of Oz. Everybody knows the story. I
Right.
don't care who you are. If you say you don't, you're fucking lying. So
Yeah, you're a
shut your
liar.
fucking mouth. But blah 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 blah. Journey down the yellow brick road. Get me the broom, and I will get you home. She gets the broom, dumps the water. Blah blah blah. She melts and dies. Goes home to Kansas. But you get the whole watching the 1930s version of the Wizard of Oz. It's very clear, Dorothy is good, and inherently she is in this too. But
Yeah.
you know, you get the wizard is good, you know, Glinda
Yeah.
is good, all of that. But um, Wicked definitely gives you the table to stand on where um, this is how things went. But how about thinking about it from this perspective as well?
Exactly.
Like the ending of Clue.
Right. Like it flips the entire story on its head and you realize that the Wicked Witch of the West was really never the bad guy. Like, and what's interesting about that, and I will keep this short because it's not really relevant, but it did make me think of the book that I am currently reading. For people that don't know, I'm reading a book called The Lightning Bottles, which is basically a fictionalized version of the Seattle grunge scene and probably loosely based on Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love, although they never formed a band
Courtney
together,
Love.
which these two do. But as I'm reading this and as I was watching this movie, they're very similar in the fact that you're presented one thing, be it by the media or by, a movie or whatever, and there's another side to that story that never shows up. And so that's one of the things I appreciate about this is that Elphaba was never really the bad guy. She just knew right from wrong and was trying to do what needed to be done. But there were evil forces behind the scenes trying to spin her as the bad guy. Like fucking Morrible changing her, her words in the sky from "Our Wizard Lies" to "Oz Dies." Like she didn't do that, but how are all those people supposed to know that? And, at the end, when we get the whole Elphaba's going to sacrifice herself and we get the beautiful song and then, and Elphaba says to Glinda, don't try to clear things up for me. Don't try to avenge me when I'm gone. And she's like, why would I ever agree to that? And she's like, because they need someone to be bad so you can be good. And that's true. Yeah, I know. I cried so hard during that entire scene. And it's just like, I know.
I still have that image of Anthony Anderson lying on the couch, ugly crying.
Yes.
Only it's your face instead.
Yes, I was crying hard, and that's kind of the whole theme of the story and even of life. You can't have a good guy without a bad guy. You can't have a hero without a villain. Even if
there's two sides to every coin.
Yeah. I'm going to use Harvey's word. Even if it's more nuanced than that, somebody has to be the bad guy, and Elphaba is willing to take on that role because she knows when she's gone, Glinda's going to be able to make things right, and she does.
So. But is she gone?
Well, right. I mean, at the end we find out she's not, and Fiero's alive, and okay. So before we get to the biggest what the F, I did not expect Bach to be the Tin Man. That scene blew my mind. I did not see that coming at all. Nessa was fucked up.
So,
but wow,
it even took me a while to draw the correlation with Nessa being her sister,
Wicked Witch of the East, yeah,
and being the one who has the house dropped on her. I mean, I made the correlation towards the end of watching part one.
Right.
But yeah, it's still like, oh.
And watching this, sorry.
No,
watching this because it's, dang it.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
And watching this,
because I knew that moment was going to be so sad, made me feel bad about that line from Beetlejuice that is one of my favorite jokes ever. Don't mind her. She's just still mad because somebody dropped a house on her sister. Like he's basically calling the girl a witch. And I'm like, I love that joke. And then now watching this, I'm like, oh, but she was a person who had a sister who loved her. Damn it.
So many puppet strings being pulled and emotions being toyed with, and human emotions are real, and oh my god, evil people can do sadistic things with people's emotions when you pull the right puppet string.
Nessa was giving President Snow vibes, in my opinion. Had she lived longer.
I mean, Nessa wasn't necessarily acting in a very positive fashion during the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie. Um, I understand her having some of the feelings that she was having about
Yeah.
Elfie getting all the damn attention and everything always being all about her and X, Y, and Z. And, you know, it would be nice being that other sibling to be able to have some of that attention thrust on her. But
Yeah.
at the same time, Nessa was their father's favorite, clearly,
Right. Clearly.
and for a valid reason.
Their father? Or
Yeah, well,
but yeah.
we're gonna get to that in a hot minute, but um, it's one of the, your emotions go back and forth throughout because it's like, yeah, she makes it very hard to sympathize with her, but then at the same time, you're also realizing that it's who's pulling the strings and who's causing
Right.
all the hate and dissension.
Yeah.
It's not just, you know, dissension between Glinda and Elphaba, but they're toying with the relationship between Elphaba and Nessa. They're toying with,
Yeah.
you know, Fiero and how he fits into this jigsaw puzzle of horseshit butt fuckery.
Speaking of Fiero, how often do you see the girl spring an engagement on a guy like that? Like that was a coming to America moment where he's just like, "Oh, by the way, we're engaged," and he's like, "We're engaged." It's like you don't see that happen very often. That was funny,
No, yeah, no, you don't. Not at all.
but obviously, Madame Morrible was behind all that. She's the real puppet master of the whole thing. I
Yeah,
wanted
ultimately, at the end of the day, she was the one forcing the hand of the
right,
wizard as well.
yeah. Because I almost got the feeling like maybe he didn't want to be so evil. And I need to go back and re understand the whole animal thing and taking away their voices because I kind of forgot. But, I wanted to ask if you noticed this during the wonderful scene. Like, I think going into that, we as the viewers, even though Elphaba's like, oh, and they're all hugging and happy and dancing, I think we already know that's going to go south because we know how the story goes. Regardless of how they tell it, we know what ultimately happens to Elphaba until we don't. But I noticed when they were doing the song that towards the end, he sings to Elphaba, "You'll make me wonderful." And that's when I was like, oh, did she pick up on that? I don't think she did because he's like, oh, well, I'll be wonderful. We'll all be wonderful together. But then really, he just wants her power, just like with Morrible. He's got her there. He just needs her power. When I heard that line, "You'll make me wonderful," I was like, oh, yeah, he's up to some shady shit. I was trying to believe in him, and then nope.
This real and my next statement will come up again when we get to the review portion, but this is really a well crafted, twisted butt fuckery. Like Gregory Maguire, when he wrote the book, dude is fucking fucked up in the head because
Yeah,
he definitely created a page turner and a movie that ultimately would lead to a movie that once you get started, it's hard to freaking stop watching.
yeah,
Like I watched part one night and then part two the next night, but I honestly wanted to stay up and watch Wicked for Good right after I finished watching part one because I was ready to know how this all was going to
right.
transpire and lead down the road. Because I mean, little brief little tidbits of spoiler had been popped up. Like I knew in some way, shape, or forms that um, Dorothy and her cohorts were going to pop up
Right.
in part two, but I didn't know exactly how they were going to all play into this story. So I didn't know if it was just going to be one of those where post credit scene things at the end where reveal, whoa, oh hey, that was cool. But
Well, yeah, but that's the whole second half of the story. If you don't get Elphaba's ending, you can't not
yeah,
show that. But
well, it's
I
the
liked how
life
they did
life
it.
and times of the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah. I liked that they kept that part of the story very minimal, that you never really saw Dorothy's face. You barely saw them at all. It jumped because this isn't their story. So I really liked that they only included what was absolutely necessary, but still kept it focused on Elphaba and Glinda and not, you know, Dorothy and all that stuff.
So you
Yeah.
actually created a Guma moment because again, that was one of those conversations I had with Brandy after I got done watching this, was how thankful I was that when Dorothy pops into this movie, it's basically you're seeing her from behind as she's walking away, or you're seeing her feet as she's walking into the hall to meet with Goldblum.
Right. And then the
And
shadow of her holding up the broom and like all
yeah,
of that.
um, you get there really wasn't a whole lot of Scarecrow at all.
Yeah, Tin Man was the bulk, but he had a
Yeah,
reason to be salty. He was
well, yeah, because
pissed.
he was Nessa's booty, and she basically, yeah, the relationship fell apart, and she punished him and basically crushed his heart and had him.
Well, technically, Elphaba did that.
Well, I mean,
Nessa started it, but then she couldn't
Nessa
figure
had
out what
something
she
to
was
do with it,
doing.
though,
Yeah.
and then
He's like, we're
ultimately
gonna
had him
kill
turn.
that witch. I was like, all right, dude. All right. Tin Man is salty.
And then ultimately had him turned into the Tin Man. And it still took me a hot minute once that started to happen before I put two and two together. That, oh wait,
Oh, you just went silent.
but like I was saying, it took a hot minute for me to realize that he was being punished and his basically his heart destroyed and taken. And then it dawned on me, oh wait, the Tin Man lost
Yeah.
his heart, and oh Lord. And then all of a sudden the door gets kicked in and he comes storming back in. It's like, there you go.
Yeah. As soon as they started talking about his heart, I was like, okay, I see where this is going. And then when Elphaba
Oh,
comes out and she's like, he's alive or he's breathing. And that was all she said. I was like, yeah, he's gonna come out as the Tin Man.
yeah.
That would
Well,
make
and
sense.
even in part one, when I think it was she and Fiero are out in the woods and they come across the cub in the cage. It's like,
Yeah.
I think I know where that character's going
Yeah.
storyline wise. But yeah, everything was definitely kept to a minimum as far as those characters go because, like you said, it's not their story. It
Right.
didn't need to be. You easily could have woven them into having bigger parts in this movie, and then I think it would have totally destroyed where you were trying to go with the storyline. So
Definitely.
definitely hats off to them for realizing that that was not where they wanted to go and
Yeah.
sticking to that plan.
All right, well, let's get to the big reveal. The one that I was literally like, I was texting Kasey in real time, going, "Wait!" I was like, "Wait a goddamn minute! Are they trying to say that?" Oh, yep, that's what they're saying. Elphaba is the wizard's
Yeah.
daughter. Did not see
Yeah.
that coming.
Well, okay, because you see Elphaba's biological dad in the beginning of the
Right.
movie, and he looks nothing like Jeff Goldblum at the beginning of the first movie. And then you see a flashback later in part two, and it's still like, eh, some scroungy world traveler dude. And then you get to the end of the
Well,
movie where, go ahead.
no, you. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I just get you get to the end of the where Glinda confronts him, and she's like, "Yeah, well, she's yours, dumbass."
Yeah.
Not those words
The
exactly,
only
obviously,
reason
but
The only reason I picked up on it immediately when they started showing the flashback was that I remembered the wizard saying he was just a carny and then he came to where he is. And for some reason that stuck in my mind. And as soon as they showed this guy and this girl dancing, and she was, she was black and he's like, he, kind of looks like a carny, like back in those times. I was like,
mhm.
wait, are they trying to say he's actually her dad? And then of course they confirm it. But that's the only reason I picked up on it so fast, as I remembered him talking about being a carny,
Well,
which we also know
why are
about
we
him if you
discussing
watch.
carnies and not having Chancey Grife here to
I
back us up?
know, I know. But also if you watch the other Oz, the Great and Wonderful Oz, or whatever Oz, you know which ones I'm talking about, the Franco ones. If you watch those, you know a lot more of his backstory as, the circus guy. So, but either way, that was still a
Yeah.
mind-blowing reveal.
So yeah, I definitely was not expecting that reveal to be that the two of them are biologically
Yeah.
symbiotic.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but I think it definitely was an interesting plot twist because
Mm.
that's something you don't ever hear brought up in the OG version of the movie.
Oh,
It's
never.
all crystal clear, right down the middle, no questions asked. This is good, this is evil. Neither of the two shall mix. And but I think that's how stories were written
Right.
back in the day, and now you've got nuances and little deviations that you know help create a meatier story now. So, I mean, King does it. Obviously, Gregory Maguire does it. You know,
Yeah.
it's all part of creating a fantastical, mystical story.
I was getting really worried that we weren't going to get any of the classic Wicked Witch of the West isms. So I was very happy that we got the laugh, even though it was only once. And I loved that Glinda made fun of it. She was like, ha, 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 where did you get that? And I know it would have been too cheesy and over the top, but honestly, the kid in me wishes we would have got, what a world, what a world.
Yeah,
But I like that we got the laugh. That was at least something, because
yeah.
it's iconic. Like, or even if we had just gotten
No,
a,
I mean,
I'm melting.
you get you hear that cackle, and everybody, I do not care if you want to admit it or not, everybody knows whose cackle that is.
Exactly.
If you say you don't know, you're again fucking lying to yourself. But Margaret Hamilton back in 1930 whatever
Yeah.
created for many decades what we would think of as being an evil witch.
Yeah.
And that
The
was
only
a
other,
very
oh,
key
sorry.
part of that character.
Oh, absolutely. The only other thing I kind of wish they would have done is somehow it just like a snippet of integrated her music into it. The like, because you know how, okay,
Yeah.
like for example, in Halloween H2O, when Janet Leigh's character is walking back to her car, you get the very subtle integration of the Psycho theme in with the music. Like
Uh huh.
that would have been just such a classic nod. But I understand this isn't actually based off The Wizard of Oz. So I get it. But I just thought that would have been a cool Easter egg.
Yeah. Well, there. It's not like they were, you know, opposed to Easter eggs because there was several decent sized Easter eggs. If you're a fan of this franchise, that you could sink your teeth into and enjoy. I mean, they didn't necessarily have to go down the road of having. Well, I guess they kind of sort of did. By the time you get to part two, you have to have, in some fashion, Dorothy and the Tin Man and Scarecrow and the Lion and all that play into it. But
But they didn't do the ruby red slippers because that's not how it is in the book or in the musical. So they could have easily
that
just
was the
done those
other.
red slippers because it's so iconic in our brains from The Wizard of Oz. Like
Yeah,
that's an iconic piece of pop culture that you immediately recognize. And I was almost shocked that they didn't do that, but I was glad they didn't because they stayed true to the source material, which is not The Wizard of Oz. It's the book and the musical Wicked. So,
yeah. And again, part of my discussion from earlier too was, and I brought it up, was they did shout out and pay tribute to the Wonderful Wizard of Oz being that original book written by L. Frank Baum, because
mm,
technically the mom's slippers, the ruby red slippers, were not ruby red slippers
right,
in the original book. They were
right.
gray, silver, whatever you want to, and that's what they were in Wicked.
Yeah, I mean, they did that in the 30s movie for the Technicolor. I mean, that's why they did that because it's again such a powerful image. It's so like
Yeah.
you see those and it sticks in your head. And I don't mind. I mean, you know,
No, I don't think it hurts either story. I mean, okay, so they took a little bit of creative liberty. Well, there's other elements of creative liberty that the original movie took too, but
right.
you know,
I mean, again, you have to.
not that it totally ruins the book or it ruins the movie or whatever. I own the whole series of 15 books from that series. I have grown up the last 49 years loving The Wizard of Oz as a movie. There's a reason why it's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. So, and it probably will stay
You
that way
know,
forever.
yeah, it's amazing. One other thing I wanted to point out real quick before we move on to our top fives and stuff. I meant to talk about this earlier, but when we were talking about how a lot of this movie kind of mirrors our current times, it's interesting to me that immediately the powers that be are no longer referring to her as Elphaba. They are just referring to her as the Wicked Witch. Even when Glinda says Elphaba and Morable's like the Wicked Witch. It's like when you put a bad name on something, when you slap it with this packaging and this name, it all of a sudden changes the optics. And I thought that was like definitely, something they did on purpose in the story because it makes it more threatening. Somebody
Yeah.
has a real name and a real backstory, all of a sudden they're not as scary as you want everybody to think they are. And that just kind of made me think of how, the current administration does things. They use buzzwords and slap names on things and say things that aren't really accurate, but it scares people and they know that's how to get people's attention. And that Morrible doing that was like, that's immediately what I thought of.
Well, and I'm sitting here looking at one of my birthday presents that Brandy made me a couple of years ago, and thinking about the fact that Stephen King. If you just say the name Stephen King, that's not very threatening by any stretch of the imagination. When you add in the master of horror, that totally creates a whole nother image for who that guy is.
Yeah.
And you can make draw the same parallel with Elphaba, and then no, the Wicked Witch of the West, or the
Yeah. I
Witch,
mean,
or
dehumanization is the
whatever.
point.
Yeah.
Like, the more you can dehumanize her, the more threatening and scary she becomes because she's no longer one of them. She's somebody else.
Well, and then at the same time, it's like, how long can one person sit there and hear the things that people are saying and not just, you know what, fuck it, you're right. This is who I
Yeah.
am. This is who I'm going to be. Fuck all y'all. And we're going into the darkness, and you're coming along for the ride, and eat
Yeah.
a bag of dicks.
But this movie
So,
definitely shows how well propaganda can be used to unite people against a quote unquote common enemy, even if they're not
yeah.
really an enemy. So
So definitely. Do you have a top 5 list that you would like to share with the Unpop Kernels?
I do.
Do you have
Um,
a ranked top 5 list that you would like to
I
share with the
did.
Unpop
I
Kernels?
did rank them. I did rank them this time. So I did my top 5 favorite movie witches, and I tried not to go too evil, so I'll leave most of the evil ones for my honorable mentions.
Michael Myers.
Well, I guess they're all kind of evil. No, I refuse to believe that. So for honorable mentions, I have Madame Morrible, the girls from The Craft, Queen Ravina from Snow White, Snow White and the Huntsman specifically,
Yeah.
Maleficent, and the Witches of Eastwick, because they're just all amazing. My number 5 are the Owen sisters from Practical Magic. Love them. Love that movie.
Shout out to the
So
fact that
good.
they're doing a sequel to that.
Yeah, we'll see. My number 4 is Ursula from The Little Mermaid. She was a bad bitch and she gave zero fucks. And
Yeah.
I get it
As
if
long
I
as she
thought
got the voice.
if I thought some man stole the crown from me, I'd want to fuck him over too. So maturing is realize Ursula actually wasn't that bad. And if Ariel was dumb enough to fall for it, sorry about you. Number 3, I think it counts. Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. I like
No,
her and her.
she's by very definition, she's a witch.
Yeah, okay. I love her.
Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Fair. Okay.
The boys
Number
are the
2 is
wizards.
Elphaba.
The girls are the
I
witches.
get it. I get it. Number 2 is Elphaba from these 2 movies. I love her. She's just amazing. Cynthia Erivo did a great job, and I loved the character development. And if you don't know my
I swear to
number
God,
1, I'm revoked.
if you say Glinda, I'm going to slap you.
No. If you don't know my number 1, I'm revoking your friendship card. Okay, fine. I'm putting you on the spot. I won't do that. My number one is the Sanderson sisters, best witches of all time.
Oh, duh. I mean, if I had thought about it for probably about five
I
more
know.
seconds, I would have gotten it because
Another glorious morning makes me sick. Yeah.
come on, come on, come on.
We desire
Uh,
children. Well, it may take me a few tries, but
again, we need
all
to get
right.
back to putting that back on the schedule as well.
hmm but Shanna
A
has to
lot
be
of
there.
well, then I have to be able to have full control of an evening at the movies. Then
Shit, throw Witches Month on the ever growing list of theme months.
this is why I brought up the whole fact that maybe we just need to, for the foreseeable future, turn the year of the theme into forever the theme.
Yep.
So, um, my top five that I'm going with is KCB's favorite movie musicals. Key element of that is KCB's favorite movie music. Not, it's not. Some of y'all might think that something that I have on my list should be higher than others.
It's
Fine by
your
you,
list. You do you.
but it's KCB's list. So I have two honorable mentions and then my five. Honorable mention number one of my favorite edible movies of all time, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Um, number my honorable mention number two, it kind of is in that gray area of is it a musical or is it a movie with music in it? But Purple Rain.
Yeah, I don't call that a musical, but only because for me, there's movies that have music in them or are based on singers, songwriters, whatever stories. For me, a musical is they take dialogue that would normally be dialogue and turn it into a song. But
So
everybody's different. I love Purple
all
Rain.
all five of the movies that are in my top five fit into that category. But Purple Rain's a fucking great movie and
Oh God,
deserves
yeah,
all the flowers anyway.
yeah.
So um, number five, again, probably will piss people off, but it is what it is. Number five, The Sound of Music. I know that that movie
Okay.
has devoted hardcore fans that, to each their own. Again,
Doe,
great movie.
deer, a female
Um,
deer. Sorry.
number four, again, probably will piss people off that I have it ranked this low, but West Side Story.
When you're a jet. When you're a jet, you're a jet. Okay, sorry.
My number
Jet for life.
three, two, and one are all movies that if you know me, you should know are going to be my number one, my number two, and my number three.
I mean, I
Number
think I know your
three,
number one, but
well, considering we kind of sort of briefly discussed it earlier, but
yeah, it's not a secret either. So
no. Number three, the only animated movie on my list because it has been recorded and re-recorded on an evening at the movies multiple times. The Lion King. Uh, number two is a movie directed by probably one of my top two or three
your
favorite movie
favorite
directors
director,
of all times.
the way I
I
already
don't know
know.
if I'd put him above Wes.
Yeah, I
And
hope not.
Tim and John probably are right there in my opinion anyway, are right there in that same ballpark. John has done things cinematically that he deserves his flowers for. Tim has done things cinematically that he deserves his credit for. But number two, Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber of Fleet Street, and obviously number one, it is a three-way tie because I'm not going to separate the three, and if I had separated the three, it would have taken up 60% of my list anyway. So it is 1930 some odd whatever's Wizard of Oz, Wicked Part One, and Wicked for Good.
Nice.
So spoiler alert for my review and rank or rating when we get to it here in just a second, but
Oh my
I'm not going
gosh.
to have anything bad to say. Huh?
Hairspray, Mamma Mia, Greatest Showman. Like, just there's
Oh, I
so many, like more modern day
Moulin,
ones. South Pacific. Oh my
Moulin
gosh, South
Rouge.
Pacific is one of my Moulin
Um,
Rouge. Yeah, so many good ones. Oop, sorry. Yeah, it's definitely just. I would have to do a separate animated category. Like, I couldn't because there's so many good ones there too. So,
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I totally spaced off my top five until you texted and said, "Do you have a
oh
top
well, I'm
five?"
glad I asked.
So yeah, that's why I just grabbed that one out of thin air because I knew I could throw a list together. Don't. I'm not saying that that's just a half-hearted whatever. That those are probably my top five
Yeah.
solid movie musicals of all time. But I knew it would be an easy list to throw together.
I mean,
So
I would definitely say I know immediately that Hairspray and Mamma Mia and probably Greatest Showman are making mine. But then it's like, yeah, you've got Sweeney Todd and you've got West Side Story and you've got, again, like I said, South Pacific that I love. Spirited is a newer one that I really love. Like there's just, yeah, there's so many good ones. Okay. Review time?
your thoughts and opinions on Wicked and a ranking,
Yes.
and
So,
remember, you're also ranking both movies together as a whole too.
oh, that's right. Okay. So, you know what? This is my circus. These are my monkeys. I love everything about both of these movies. I think they're amazing. They're so aesthetically beautiful. The costume design, the makeup, the set design, like everything is just off the charts. Amazing. Like the songs, phenomenal. Um, it's heartwarming when it needs to be. It's shocking when it needs to be. It's volatile when it needs to be. Like I think it's a good depiction of friendship and how friendship can be volatile, but it can also survive so many things. Um, and again, how, not everything's what it looks like. There's two or three sides to every story. And just because one thing is presented to you doesn't mean that's the full story. And I think as a race, like a human race, that's something we all need to understand and, take notice of. Um,
Yeah.
Putting them together as a set, um, I have to give this 5 out of 5 floating pink bubbles with a beautiful chase in it. That bubble thing was so amazing, and the stomping on it to make the bubble, and then the popping it, and Marble, the
Yeah.
wand really sells it. But yeah,
So everything that I had to say about the movie, honestly, my female brain partner
sorry.
already said. Oh no,
One
you.
day we'll let
I
you go
think
first.
well, we can do that for Hidden Figures then.
Okay.
That way, I'm not being a copycat. But it's this movie is reinventive as fuck. Um, it brings new truth or a different way of thinking about a story that we've all grown up knowing and loving. It makes you think of things from a different perspective that you wouldn't
Yeah.
necessarily have always thought about it. The songs, the music in both of these movies are incredible. They're catchy. You know, they're just well done. There's great performances throughout. Ariana Grande and Cynthia both deserve all the credit in the world for making these characters as great and unimaginable as possible. Um, it's a
Well, and
well
even the
directed movie.
supporting characters like Jeff
Yeah,
Goldblum and Michelle Yeoh, like amazing.
yeah. I honestly cannot say I saw a performance that I absolutely hated in the movie, either of the two of them. Um, I feel like John Chu did an amazing job directing the movies. Um, again, visually stunning. Clearly, you know, obviously the part of that budget went to actor salaries and all of that too, but you know, obviously it also went to creating a world being Oz that is, you know, beautiful and fantastical and all of that rolled into if they hadn't delivered creating that world in a way that everybody expected it to be created, these movies would have fallen flat on their face. And
Yeah.
I don't think part two ever would have gotten made because part one would have freaking flopped. So um, I'm giving the both of these movies as a whole because I love part two, I love part one, and I'll be a freaking man whore with my rating, and I'm going to give them um, 5 out of 5 easily manipulated Aussians
Nice.
because y'all are some stupid idiots that fell for some freaking horseshit fuckery.
But again, it's crowd mentality, it's mob mentality, it's
Yeah.
propaganda. I mean, it's tale as old as time, dare I say.
Well, and us as an audience have the liberty of knowing things that the characters don't necessarily know as
Right.
well. If we
Yeah.
were in that situation, we probably would be just as easily manipulated. So, um, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad I finally got to sit down and experience cinematically the ending of the story. Um, Wicked has been one of those movies that I've wanted to see on screen for a long time. I've wanted to see the musical since they said
Same.
they were doing it. Uh, I hope one day I do get to see it on stage.
Me
But
too.
yeah, I'm glad we got to do it, and I'm glad I got to be a part of. Out. Hold on a second.
Don't mind us. We're just sitting here chilling while Casey deals with some technical issues.
Technical being the weekly Griffey impression.
Oh.
Um,
Because I
we
knew
all
you. I was about to
we
start
almost
singing.
we almost got through the whole episode.
Fair. Fair.
Um, but yeah, I'm glad that uh, it popped into my head that if we're doing female-led movies, that well, why the hell shouldn't we do Wicked for Good? Because
Right.
it's a great movie, and I really don't understand why the critics got so butthurt over it because
Yeah, either.
it it's not any of the things that Amanda saw in that one review.
No.
It really is, and the whole anticlimactic, they can go fuck themselves with that shit.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Um, but so yeah, we have one more female-led movie coming to you this month. crossing fingers. We'll see everybody on Sunday live, not on Memorex, but if it doesn't play out and it has to be recorded again, then we'll see you recorded on Sunday for Hidden Figures. But coming up after that, we will spend the month of April talking about cop movies. Um, First up, we've got Let's Be Cops on the schedule, followed by Lethal Weapon 4, followed by Super Troopers. I did not forget. And then we will wrap up the month with Stakeout. Then, really quickly, not even going into the schedule because we haven't discussed what's going on the schedule in May, but martial art movies in May in tribute to the passing last Friday of a martial arts icon, Mr. Chuck Norris. So you can look forward to that as well in May. But also coming up as well, possible potential courtroom movies as well. Are you frozen?
No.
Oh, so lots of stuff, lots of great stuff coming down the road. Um, Again, thank you everybody for being here. As always, co-host, the floor is yours to take us home.
All right. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode and our discussions on Wicked for Good. Thank you all for watching and listening. We hope you come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye.
Bye, people. Peace and hair grease. And last but not least, vote for Harvey.